My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon 2. We have a hateful and respectful party headed down into the Fater. They have plus 15% damage in the area and they are well prepared, I believe, with in-items. Also, the people that hate one another are like one stage below being deeply friendly.
The crop grows unchecked and abhorrent.
How dare they? So, I went into this with the possibility in mind that, I don't know, maybe I could take out the lair. I haven't really gone to any hero shrines yet. Although the lair does have the creatures down on the same path, that's a lot of value. Cache over on the left-hand side. I probably prefer that to destroying my wheels to get to the watchtower and then heading directly upwards. So I'll probably end up taking the left here immediately, and I do.
Is your coach prepared for the upcoming obstruction? The loathing festers.
Reasonably, I think. Reasonably well prepared. Alright, I can think, Cache, what do you got? A lot of items, including the Surgeon's Table, the Soothing Poultice, the Hag's Hoard, extra healing received from skills per positive token if you're diseased, lower max HP, stimulants, and a burn salve. I'm really going to have to consistently manage my items in my inventory. Which actually brings to mind, I'm going to get items that I am ready to pretty much immediately use.
Is the flickering torch you bear.
And then equip those to my characters. Because what's a combat item worth if I'm not using them and just end up having to throw things out of my inventory because I have no space? Might as well actually get a benefit out of them, you know? Oh wow, that's Oblivion already? Sick. Very happy to see it. Willow will actually give us damage as we head in here. I kind of want to try and fix the relationship between my two frontliners, but their relationship isn't bad. They are 13 with one another out of a total of 20. They just also hate one another for some reason. Yeah. Oh, wow. Managed to get through the dodge plus token and crit and instantly kill with 22 damage. Still need to blight up the altar.
Blaze, measured and steady.
Blood bond and the enemy is blighted for attacking. Oh, I love that part of it. I'm gonna push this evangelist back. Rush Judgment, and they get blighted for attacking. Sure. Why not punish? Sky Slaps for minimum damage, unfortunately, which means it's not enough to kill the altar, requiring another grenade.
The slow suffering.
Oh, they resisted the blight in return. I don't want them to do that. I know they can, but come on. Be cooler if you didn't. Just gonna push this guy back again. Never mind. I'm not gonna do that, actually. We resist the bleed, and the price of pride gets us across the line there. I'm just gonna do it. Just more. Please attack me. Attack me more. Attack me more. I won't put up a fight.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
I mean, you'll die to the recognition of what you've done to me. Thing! Solid damage. Good sack stat.
Collaboration confers advantage.
I'm gonna give a quick yell at him. Frontline enemy gets down on death's door and is ready to die at the start of the next turn. Unfortunately, I did just bellow at them, so that crit on the Evangelist is a little bit of a problem. In that I cannot remove it. I'm gonna roll the Weakening Curse, just try and save myself from the worst possible outcome. Come on and pop! Dang. Did manage to daze him, but unfortunately, that's not really going to change anything. I wanted to move them back. Oof. Stress resistance is relatively low at the moment. I don't really have any stress recovery tools for the HP value I'm on, so I think instead we just go straight for the kill, see if we can get some stress recovery despite it. Neat.
Easily resolved.
We got some Mastery, Dark Impulse, and Greater Wolf's Blood, +6 speed. So Willow wants to act first. Because then Willow gives extra damage to Victor, who can utilize it very effectively. Actually, Victor, what if you held serrated items, and then Willow can hold light healing, actually, because healing probably doesn't need to come out for a little bit. Torch is down 87, so I know I can use one of them in the next area. Yeah, this is totally just peel out to the right. A little bit of a road battle here. All right, Tristan, blight them all up. Tell him to attack him. Tell him to attack you and then blight them all up. All right, one target down.
Let us hope to finish this quickly.
Aww. I didn't want them to resist the blight in return. It's unfortunate that I think a lot of the blight is going to get resisted like that. Solid crit. Probably better served by trying to follow that up and see if I can get a relationship trigger.
Measured
And again.
steady.
No relationship trigger, but we do get through the fight. Minor Gilded Mind. I'm just going to immediately throw that away. I don't even have the ability to use the greatest Gilded Mind. Why would I have the ability to use a garbage one? Oh, steel plating. I didn't notice when I picked that up. Kind of happy to have it. Hag's Horde is also going away. And I'll keep the rest. Oh, an oasis. Tristan says, and leave my cozy berth on the coach. Bah. Willow it's definitely time to fill the skins and go. We'll take 5 flame as well as the 3 mineral water, which we will use for our stress management over the course of the rest of this. Tristan, you can do that. Faceless facsimile. I do want to go to the lair, which is afterwards, so I have to go to the academic study first. Oh no. I just realized my mistake. Loathing. 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 I currently have 1. This is not a combat. I'm not going to remove loathing there. Uh-oh. Throw away the chalk dust because I just don't think I'm going to get to use it. I really shouldn't let loathing overwhelm. It'll give 10%, I think, extra. And I can't go to the lair. %, extra damage, I think, to the enemy's final. Victor says there's a pattern to the wounds. Look. They become blundering.
Crisis, no gain is insignificant.
Yeah, we get glimmers of hope and neutralizing powders, which is
The loathing
not what I wanted.
howls.
More torches to have to use. I really don't think I'm going back to the tangle, but it is theoretically possible. I'm gonna remove my surgeon's table. I don't wanna lose my disease. Pretty important to me that I remain diseased. Shimmering powder's out as well. I'm doing it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
At least we know what's coming.
Honestly, even if I knew that this was possibly going to happen, I probably would have still possibly done it. Confession boss gets plus 10% max HP, Flame is 10 less, and a quirk has been added. To everyone? Oh, God damn it. Okay, there is Pyromaniac on Tristan, there is Kleptomaniac on 3D, there's Neat Freak on Willow, and there's Blundering as well as Doomsayer on Victor. I am gonna need to go to the field hospital after this and clear a couple of those at least. Yeah. Oh, God. You know, one thing I don't like is that when you encounter this, you don't have the ability to act, you know, when you actually roll into the location, you don't have the ability to change anything about your party anymore. But I want to change abilities right now. I know what I want to do. All I would have had to do is slow down before the location and I would have been able to do it. But, so it really feels like they should just let you do it.
Child's cries.
It's not like it's additional hidden information that I'm utilizing in order to make this decision.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Fine, I'll roll Acid Rain. Oh, it actually does manage to blight both of them. Burns one of them as well. Pyromaniac has some good sides. Apply on hit, 5% chance to burn. The only problem is the 5% chance to miss my turn and throw a Molotov cocktail instead. Which, don't want that, actually. Far prefer to have my turn. I'm gonna like to slow the enemies quickly.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
Solid hack. Invasive species does 22 damage. What? Can you only use that from the front position?
Observe the subject carefully,
Yeah.
and you will discover its weaknesses.
Okay. Well, as long as they can only do that from the very, very, very front position. Otherwise, I'd call absurdity on that. Alright, that's both of the butchers dead. Noting their possibility to just instantly deal a huge amount of damage, I'm going to elect to roll Defender here against the only targets that can be hit with that previous ability. Backline dies to their blight. This is a lair, not a creature's den, so oh, neat. I do have additional time to finish out the fight.
Cooperation is the key.
Sure, Rampart. Now you're no longer in the position where you can do the thing you did. You know what you did. Days in the headbutt, you run against my reverberating redoubt. Oh right, we'll never be moved. I forgot about the the immobility of it all. Their backline stress resist is really high. Sorry, blight resist is really high. I'm gonna roll an early undying here. $17 and 42. Yeah, the 42 rejects it. Had to expect that. And gains some regen. Uses Mother's Embrace, trying to, I believe, move the targets on the field, but that's not allowed. I do 8 to 13 damage, so appropriately I do 8 and 13 damage to the two enemies. Let's keep some defense up. Oh man, the price of pride. So good. Lady in the back line is not blighted enough to die.
Excellent work.
But as of that action, that livestock is. Hell yeah. And this plague grenade, there we go, does get the lady to death's door. Even despite the healing. Oh. When the occultist just crits someone out of existence. Oh baby, it feels so good. Only makes sense. Finish him off. I want to do it. Oh, curing copper. It's we had it in the last run. An almanac for the sprawl. Harvest's bounty for the extra inventory slots. Legitimately, that's incredible. I think I really want that. Plus 20% max HP in the Greater Hail Draft. There's also the Ghastly Gruel. Each hero on round end has a third chance to heal too. If we are in rank 1, we receive a significantly extra healing from skills. If we're in rank 4, we give extra healing. I want to advance. Let's do it.
The harvest is here. Pity those with a place at the table.
I'm going to start with an ounce of prevention, try and make it less likely that I take any of these. Oh, that's hilarious. The hunger overwhelms all reason. I would move forward and try and eat the putrid meat right now if I could, but I can't, so I won't. Yay! Well, that said, can't really access the Harvest Child from here. Although Acid Rain currently does the same blight per turn as my Punish does. I almost wonder if I'm best served by taunting. Probably not, right? Set up an early regen on the tank and figure out what I want to do later. Tempting Aroma strikes our back line and doesn't manage to do anything at all. Crow's Feet to slow down the enemies. Oh, my Sack Stab can actually reach the back line here. Fourth of a chance to crit.
Weaken them, that another may finish the work.
Throw some Crow's Feet initially. I'm going to use Sky Slaps because it has the possibility of setting up combo, and it sets up Respectful on our backline, both of which are a lot more important than I otherwise might have assumed. I could bellow at the enemies for a very easy time. Actually, I don't think that would make it easy for us at all. Stand fast. Oh, I should have pumped the torch. Yeah, I'll pump the torch every round, basically. Sapid Drippings failed to strike there.
Steady yourself.
Tantalizing Tidbit does, though. Is that a blight worth removing? Not really.
Excellent work.
Oh, I crit you. So 7. Yeah, 33. 7% chance to resist there. And unfortunately, in resisting that, you just resisted... What is it? 6 by 7. 6 by 7 damage. Rude. Oh my god. Yeah, their blight resist is really high. I expected that, but I was really expecting to get some of them through anyway. We pump the torch and then try and move the target. They resist being moved, which I think they only had a 10% chance to resist movement that turn. Annoyingly? Yeah, because it gives them the ability to cast Maws of Life, which does manage to bleed both of our frontliners, despite the fact that I've given them both extra bleed resistance specifically. Yeah, 80% bleed resist, 70% bleed resist. What's going on here? Game? I mean, Battlefield Medicine would be incredible right now. I'm not using it.
Bravo!
I've got to do damage. Someone has to. Thankfully, that crit was huge. Really what we needed. First things first. Mineral Spring Water on yourself, and then more. Force the enemies to attack you. Unfortunately, I must feed the hunger by eating the meat. Me trying to explain why I'm a carnivore. Unfortunately, I must feed the hunger by eating the meat. Good lord. Thank heck for more, eh? Do need to get the Harvest Child down to Death's Door. But I don't really need to be super involved in that.
Welcome relief from caustic agony.
Use some spring water there. Let's try to get the putrid meat dead.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to deal damage to the enemy backline. I guess the putrid meat does now die. Also, I'm de-stressing by eating the meat, which I really wouldn't have assumed. Tantalizing tidbit, and that's against the reverberating redoubt. So you get a couple death door triggers here. There you go. Yeah, I feel like we handled that fight really well. And now I just have to be really cruel and throw out a lot of good items. Alright. First things first, combat items. That's so much health. I'm gonna throw away one glimmer. I'm gonna get rid of the chalk dusts. That's about everything I'm super keen to throw away right now. The crow's feet is our serrated item for the warlock at the moment. Alright, let's look at the in items. Don't really want to throw away those. The string bugle. Obsidian drone pipe for the stun. So Ghastly Gruel with the ability to heal each hero on round end. That's so big. Currently the Reverberating Redoubt isn't actually capable of activating the extra action. And if I can't get the extra action out of it, it's not worth it, goddamn. I'm gonna replace that with the Gruel. Oh, the Greater Hail Draft seems cool too. Like, the Greater Hail Draft and the Greater Gilded Mind, just dropping both of those on Tristan would be really, really good as well. But I do love this soul-sickening silence situation. More, please attack me, you know. Oh, it's so good. The Stagecoach items. I don't think compress kit's ever getting used here. Steel plating? Hey, as much as I want to keep Armanax for the possibility I'm about to go to them, I have one more location before the end. And I went to the Tangle already. I'm gonna throw the Tangle. Okay, Soothing Poultice for burn resistance until next in. I just don't think that's important enough to hold on to here. Same about the burn salve. I only need to get rid of 3 more items before I can start moving again. I don't think the obsidian drone pipe should come along anymore. Was it cool? Yes. Will I get to use it anymore? Probably not. Reverberating Redoubt. Cool as hell. But it needs to go. Since I don't have the Fisherman's Net, and am not triggering the possibility of stunning here, maybe just dropping the Curing Copper on Victor would be a lot better. Doing additional blight is probably better than increasing its duration right now with the Brilliant Brew. But I do want to keep the Brilliant Brew for being able to swap back into later at some point if I need it. I really feel like I should have used so many more of these combat items constantly, as it turns out here. I'm going to drop the steel plating, which I also don't think I'm going to have the ability to utilize effectively. Alright, 1 slot in our inventory. I'm going to solve this. We've got
you have
25 more slots on the way. Willow just said, "Stop that wailing, Professor," referring
She heals
to
the injuries of others while ignoring her own.
the professor that she slew. Okay. Getting rid of blundering immediately. Braggart causes a lot of negative interactions.
Even the worst habits can be overcome.
Doomsay is also pretty tough. Lazy as
We
well.
will not be defined by our shortcomings.
And I'm going to elect to get rid of Pyromaniac as well. Obviously keeping the disease on Tristan, because that's like our build. And moving on. Good hospital. Creature Dan, Creature Dan, Creature Dan, Creature Dan, Creature Dan, Creature Dan, Creature Dan. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Yeah, it's absolutely Creature Dan. Give me a part to take back home. Also, we got some more, slots in our inventory. As a result of spending all of that money. Very happy to have those, because without that, I immediately would have filled it up with the milk-soaked linen there. Milk-soaked linen's pretty useful. Removes blind tokens on the target, so certain areas especially make that a particularly useful pickup. Who can afford to lower their relationship with Tristan at the moment? Hilariously, it is 3D. Who... Tristan despises 3D and wishes harm to befall them. Buddy. Pretty much everyone's in the murky middle ground, but just below being very friendly with one another. Blade grenade. I don't really expect to hit either of the targets here. Hit one of them. Abyssal artillery. Actually, I'm gonna throw the crow's feet first. There you go. Get crowed. That removes the tokens for us as well. Spitter is now already dead. Hell yeah. I'm gonna use mineral-rich spring water here for some stress recovery.
Grace.
Also just
Small acts that drive back the darkness.
recovery of my own inventory spaces. Oh man. They're constantly resisting my blight. Don't love that. Time for a glimmer of hope. I'm gonna yell at you all as well. Wait, did I almost... oh, that must have been the stun was resisted. I thought the enemy mongrel resisted disease, as though I was diseasing them by yelling so loudly. I've given him misophonia. that probably would be the trigger in Darkest Dungeon if you'd done something like that, right? One of the blights was resisted, the other one was not. I actually do really like the idea of taunting more there.
Take heart and do not relent.
So much more powerful than I thought he was. I just didn't. I thought occultist. I thought a Malay occultist was a meme. I did, and it might not usually work, but in this scenario, it's gone great. I'm gonna use an anti-venom. I don't need to, but again, I have way more combat items than I can use, so I might as well try and get some value out of him. Is Bellow currently on cooldown? I don't recall. They can't have bellowed last turn, otherwise they would have lower speed for more turns in a row after this point. which means I still have the ability to remove your crit token, which means I'm going to do my own damage to you.
Cooperation is the key.
Actually, they have 0 death blow resist, so because... Oh, no, I need you to die at the start of the next round. Because the creatures spawn after that. So I'm going to bellow, I'm going to remove your crit token. You pulverize. In response to that, well, actually, Ounce of Prevention would be a really good response to that, but I do want to get to act against the new spawns here.
Resolved.
That'll be with something like a Acid Rain. More than fine that missed. Frees up my ability to use Abyssal Artillery instead. And because we've got Taunt on a character who is also vulnerable right now, in fact, double vulnerable, definitely seems like I should probably deal with that. Light up the enemy backline again. Slightly short of enough to take out everyone, and now we're good.
An invariable result.
Swing! Dang. I know it's asking for a lot to see another immediate completion there, but would have been cool. Would have been cooler if you did. Nah, I'm gonna bellow for the dodge removal. You give so much, don't think it unnoticed. Thank you for noticing what I'm putting down there, buddy.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Oh, not enough to kill. Even with the DOT.
A slow
Please don't give me rabies. Okay, cool. We're all good then. Necro down. Alright. I think that was a pretty good fight. No stress across our party, a little bit of damage on the character who's more than happy to be damaged.
In crisis, no gain is insignificant.
Discounted stagecoach items, as well as +1 mastery, love to see
The
it.
loathing abates.
We have, for our flagellant here, give you restorative. Let's give a serrated trap to the occultist, who now activates the fisherman's line again. And I've got 2 inventory slots. Oh, beautiful. I never thought I was gonna have another inventory slot. Oh, finally, I'm actually gonna get some Oblivion's Loathing and be really happy about it. We get it here, and I lose it in just a moment.
They revel in debauchery, debasing themselves in the face of the end.
We can start the fight, but also be weak, because 3D is winded. Or Willow can make them fragile before our solidarity. I think I like that one. Slap! Whole mess of damage to their backline. Unfortunately, I'm not really gonna blight the lady. That's just not gonna happen. So it's probably more appropriate to roll more and try and force their targeting. Mother's Embrace. We actually did manage to blight through that. Pump the torch. I'll be happy throwing away only a single glimmer.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
So livestock in the enemy backline has battering ram as the best move they can use, and that has knockback and possible daze. So I feel like that's not something I would actually have to worry about if it happened to me. Never mind. Unfortunately, I don't get to push them back. Do you have like... Oh, they have extra resistances right now. Dang. Ooh, a riposte. Unfortunately, I'm going to be very late in trying to remove that. Lady's also dead to light and all. Straight up critted out of existence. I kind of want to get some healing on myself. Unfortunately, I can't target myself. Oh, I could use a healing salve. Sure. Like, I don't mean to be reckless, but Beast of Burden fails to hit our backliner in and amidst all of the dodge plus tokens they have. Let's try that again.
Straightforward and effective.
Couldn't have said better myself, Wayne. Oh! Early experiment! If a noxious item is equipped, +2 blight dealt. On hit from disorienting blast, 2 blight 50% of the time. Oh. Oh my god. Our blight is ridiculous. I'm so pleased with that. And I think I'm just going to give the extra speed to the occultist. Over our do extra damage at higher stress. So happy to have the users. It's like... It's probably one of the least impactful diseases for a flagellant to have to carry. Oh, food just got dropped for us, but unfortunately it's disease food. And I have better food than that. I'd also be fine with throwing a single torch if it comes down to that. And... it looks like it might. Hasn't yet, though, so I'll trudge on for a wee bit. We'll have to do it by the end of this, though. One can only assume. Oh, a cardinal! Good to see you, Cardi. I'm going to elect to bleed and lock in position this altar in the second line. It is blinded. Unfortunately, it has just enough HP to survive. Quick glimmer of hope. Unless...
Let us
Unless I crit
finish
kill it.
this quickly.
Alright, Cardinal.
Analysis is the natural prelude to action.
You're definitely the most threatening one. Okay, so we blighted you for 8 for 5 turns. It's a 40 damage blight. Hollow Vessel fails to hit. Love to see that. A critical heal at the start of the turn as well. Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna weaken the Evangelist as well as set up combo on them. I just don't trust them. Dang. Got blight resisted.
A brilliant conclusion.
Critical damage again. Hollow Vessel and ooh, we interrupt. Oh, this party's good. 30 blight on the Cardinal, and the Flagellant hasn't really contributed to any of that. Oh no, wait, the Flagellant must have gotten hit at one point as well. Yep. I'm gonna get you onto Death's Door so that you can start taking DOT triggers. Spend that for a possible relationship trigger. Unfortunately, don't get one. Roll more blight on the enemy backline. I'm gonna preemptively use a healing salve that I don't need. Before asking for more. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, butts. They get to worship and then also act again. And that worship removed the blight. Oh, ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna roll some stress healing then. I'm gonna roll the Abyssal Artillery because it has a chance to stun the enemy. It's almost guaranteed, mind, to stun the enemy, but it did have a chance as well. Death's Door did apply a Black DOT, and the enemy dies immediately. Love it.
In crisis, we can rely only upon each other.
A Rampart manages again to move the enemy significantly out of position from where they would be able to do anything. I can't really contribute much other than removing DOTs from my characters right now. Because this Evangelist is going down to Death's Door on their turn, they are then going to take an action, and then they are going to die on their next turn. Swing!
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
I'm gonna immediately throw away the Cruel Intent and the Sacrificial Host. I don't need either of them.
The loathing whispers.
I'm glad to finally actually be using some of these items as well. Feels a lot better than just throwing them away. Excellent. Well, speaking of throwing them away, never mind. I guess I get the hold the Sacrificial Host for a little longer.
fortifying meal, a strong drink, and finally, rest.
All promised at the inn up ahead. Oh, calming incense. Legitimately necessary, thank you. Alright, what inn are we in?
Lower your guard. Soften your gaze. It is safe here.
We're in the Nomad's Wagon. Negative 50% to trinket prices, and negative 50% to stagecoach item prices. Willow gains a thanatophobic, immediately stresses out if anyone else dies, and if HP is low, has a couple of negatives to debuff resistance as well as to being stunned. Victor has gained fragile, negative 15% max HP, plus 15% meltdown shots, and when damaged, 1 stress 10% of the time, and Tristan's gained selfish. Anyway. At least they're replacing... Oh, they're not replacing negatives with other negatives because I removed all their other negatives. That's okay. It's fine. I mean, it's
Precious
fine.
relics remind us of a time before the end.
Damn it. Poison Ring. Apply on hit if a noxious item is equipped, 1 blight. However, if a noxious item is equipped, 33% blight resistance piercing. I really do like the idea of that on the flagellant. But I really like the more thing we're doing currently. Alright. Y'all are too stressed out. 3D and Willow need to drink together. And Tristan needs to drink with everyone twice. Let's see if I got... Oh, I do have more whiskey in here. And in fact, I have exactly enough money to buy all of the whiskey in here.
Everywhere
it's loose!
in ruin. Everywhere in need.
I was desperately hoping that we would have a sluice. And we do. Yeah, I'm gonna be going to the sluice. So,
The means of mastery.
taking bandages into the sluice would be good. Taking Ickers for blight resistance removal would have been good as well, but we don't have access to that. I think I just buy a bunch of whiskey. Alright, now, 3D. You need 3 drinks with Victor and 2 with Tristan. And that's exactly as many as I have, I believe. Oh, no, wait, I have more than that. Hang on. Okay. Tristan, for everyone except for Victor, you need to drink twice. And hopefully I get a crit on one of these. Specifically this one would be good. Dang. Critting on the second won't really help me. Okay, and 3D and Victor. Crit. Okay, one more. Crit. Ah, dang. We could have had them also at 14, which would have been enough to ward off even the possibility of having a negative.
The next stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly. Reconfigure. Meet each challenge on its own terms.
And indeed I intend to. I mean, obviously the Fater Almanac there is not really going to help us. Curious is the trap maker's art. I mean, I do have traps that aren't stacking at the moment. This doesn't really cost much for me at the moment either. Yeah. It cost me 20 of a resource that I already have too much of right now.
This will serve well.
It will. It will indeed. Honestly, I probably just end up replacing the Fisherman's line here with like a Greater Hail Draft. Maybe even the Greater Gilded Mines. Some stress resist on the Occultist here. I think that makes the most sense. As for our mastery, I should consider what is going to be best in the next area. Suffer. The ability to take DOTs off of allies and put them on Tristan. Honestly, Willow, after you upgrade Battlefield Medicine, you'll have the ability to remove your DOTs as well as the DOTs from the target that you're targeting. So you should do that. Okay, Blinding Gas is not Disorienting Blast, so that's not going to trigger the other ability. Stand Fast for the combo removal, I think, is extremely impactful. I think both of the damage moves from Tristan could get an upgrade without me really worrying, minding, being sad. It's what I'm looking for. There's a word I'm looking for somewhere. Demon's Pull to pull the back line to the very front. Honestly, I mostly care about the ability for it to stun. Gosh, almost all of my moves are already upgraded at this point. It's wild. Tristan, you are going to take Punish. And Victor... No, not Victor. 3D, I think you should upgrade Rampart. I legitimately do actually stock targets with combo quite commonly in this run. Mastery spent. As for the final visit to the Provisioner, yeah, I can't really see any of those especially affecting our run. I'm selecting the Sluice.
Unmapped, unexplored, a risky proposition.
So we have Blight Removal, we have Healing, we have Bleed the Enemy, and we have more Healing. Do we have any relationships? We have 3. What is the only negative relationship that can exist in the party? I believe it's between you two. Never mind, you got a positive.
Aspiration unites the hopeful.
Oh, baby.
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted on.
With hope and respect. Okay, so that's going to be really good stress management over the course of this, and Bellow buffs Willow's damage, and Plague Grenade buffs 3D's damage. I mean, neither of them really especially cares about the damage that much, but still going to be particularly good in the next area and the next episode. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Darkest Dungeon 2. Top left is a series playlist for all my content in the game, past, present, and future. YouTube recommendation down below. Stream pass. All the names of the people so generously supporting the Republic on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. I above the thank dear, and a special thanks this episode to Nekohime. Hopefully you'll have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.